Wheel of Time, New Spring, Part 4. Moiraine Damodred has been summoned to the trails that will lead her to the shore. As her follower, bearing down a narrow staircase that spiraled them into the bedlock beneath the tower, a truth occurred to Moiraine. If she failed, she would still be able to channel. The sisters say those sent away will give up touching Cider, but giving up that rapture was beyond her comprehension. If she failed, she would still be Moiraine Damodred, son of a powerful, if disreputable house. Her estates would no doubt need years to recover from the ravages of the island, yet they would provide some income. Ati thought she still had her book with its hundreds of names in her bird pouch. Even if she failed, she could take up the search for to buy. The knowledge that she could, whatever happened here, quitted the dumb bit of apprehension in the Moiraine had. One way or another, in a few days, she would begin her own search. Light, let it be as a Sedai. Blinking Moiraine eyes went immediately to the object centered beneath the dome. The 10 Agrau, Ter Angrau, a device made to use the One Power in the long ago age of legends. No one knew for what purpose it had been made, but within it she would be tested. Attend. You come in ignorance, Moiraine Damodred. How would you depart in knowledge of myself? For what reason have you been summoned here? To be tried? For what reason should you be tried? So that I may learn what I am worthy. For what would you be found worthy? Toward the shore. Remember what must be remembered. At the steady pace, neither hurrying nor hanging back, only they you may embrace the power. Therefore I will instruct you. When you see this sign, you will go to it immediately. The weaving request must begin immediately. You may not leave the sign until the weave is completed. When the weave is completed, you will see the sign again, marking the way you must go. 100 times you will weave, in the order you have been given and in perfect composure. Remember what must be remembered. Moiraine felt the heated gaze of Elaida when it touched her. Then Elaida glanced away. Each sister embraced Saida, and, surrounded by the light of the power they channeled, all of the 5 powers they wore, and the 10 Angra glowed white. She would pass whatever light I did. Very strange. Where am I? And why am I on a cloud? She would, addressing my house colors. How has this come to be there? I wish I knew what was happening here. This fits us toward my own seamstress had fitted them. What is this place? A palace? The first star? The first of 100? What? This is impossible. Maintain your serenity, Moray. Oh. Embracing Saida, Moray channeled air in the required wave, only somewhat larger than in her studies. The next star prized the light. I hope I can find some clothes. Why am I naked? Why am I holding Saida? Clothing, this is all very peculiar. The shoes, they are horrible, and the wool of this dress is rough. Only way from here, a village, and not a sign of life. This heat has dried this place to husk. My second try for what I wonder, but I must go on. Remember what must be remembered. As soon as she stumbled on the star, she began to channel a fire the note. She could remember nothing on how she had come here, only that she had passed the first wave and this was her second. As far as she could see lay parched fields and bare branches trees. She wanted to get away from this dead place. That's head spiders. A touch of fire for you. Light. How many are there? One bite from a dead's head could sicken a man. They could kill him. Burning spiders as rapidly as she could locate them, she began to move faster. The last street fell into place and black claw burst, vanished. The star. I am addressed in a farmer's woolens. The way is clear once more. It is cool here like a fine spring day, and yet there is an ominous feel. The door I entered through gone. I am not alone. A Trolloc? I've only ever seen drawings, never one in the flesh. And he has brothers. I must be in the blight. The star must reach the star, must maintain my composure. She embraced Saida and began to weave. It required weave first, but as soon as the first strands were laid down, she divided her flows, making a second wave and a third of fireball. There were a number of ways to produce bounce of fire, and she chose the simplest. She felt no pity towards the human prisoners, only for food. But she could not neglect the important whiff that had to be away. She smiled and began to hum the next chord dance that she knew. She had to maintain serenity, but after all, what could be more surrender? A chord dance. She wore the 5 towers as fast as she could, faster than she had ever woven before. In some strange way, the dancing helped. Dancing, she wove, hurling fire with both hands, calling down lightning, killing shadow spawn. Sometimes she closed that she had to dance out of the way as they fell. The final wave fell into place. She heard fire and call lightning down from the sky, harrowing the square with explosions. At last nothing moved except for her dancing. There was an archway in the wall. Now that led to where the drug had come from, into the blight. "99 waves," she found, the six-pointed star again and again, and each led to a new trial, a fresh challenge in a different quest. She was weary, oh so weary, down to the bone, more than channeling. Even 99 waves could explain. Perhaps she once did. She could barely stand, and maintaining a smooth face took her to the limits of her ability. Pain throbbed in every part of her as she moved toward her final test. "Moraine? Father? You must come with me immediately. It is your mother, child. She is dying. There is just time if you come now." "I love you, Father. Please tell Mother I love her with all my heart. But Moraine, you must come with me this minute. Moraine, please." "It is done. Let no one speak of what has passed here." Memory crashed back into her. She remembered everything, the making of every weave, where every injury had been received. Her missteps, her frantic efforts to hold on to some semblance of serenity. "Moraine Damodred, you will spend tonight in prayer and contemplation of the burdens you will take up when you don the shell of an Aes Sedai. Will you accept healing, child? Though you are not in as bad a state as some I've seen. I passed." Her test had not been a matter of chance. You really should kill the child before she falls over Anya. I supposed I should at that very. The continual assaults on her modesty left no doubts. The last test was very cruel. Aleida had tried to make her fail. It is not to be spoken of, not ever, to anyone. She hurried to the accepted master's quarters. She all but ran. Siwan, Marin came for Siwan a little while ago. Did you pass? Hours later. Siwan, did you? We'll be raised together, Moraine. It was as easy as falling off a boat into a school of silver pike. You must be starved. I could eat and all, but there's better than food in my room. I got 6 mice from one of the grooms this morning. Our practiced sister, almost to our shores. You cannot put mice in someone's bed. And it would not be fair. Nearly everyone has been out for most of the day and as tired as we think, Moraine. It's our last chance, and Aleida hasn't been out of tower. Mice are small repayment for those beating we owe her. Without Aleida, I might never had practiced weaving faster, and without that, I might have failed. But Moraine, only after you've eaten. 7 sisters come for Moraine and Siwan in the night. For what reason do you come? To swear the 3 oaths and thereby claim the shore of the Aes Sedai. By what right do you claim the pardon? By the right of having made the passage, submitting myself to the will of the White Tower. Then enter and swear. The oath rods will bind you each to the 3 oaths and thus to the tower. Under the light and by my hope of salvation revered, I vow that I will speak no word that is not true. I will make no weapon for one man to kill another. I vow I will never use the One Power as a weapon except against Shadowspawn or Dark Friends, or in the last extreme of defending my life, or that of my warden or another sister. Under the light and by my hope of salvation and rebirth I vow, and it is half done, and the White Tower is graven on your bones. Rise now, Aes Sedai, and choose your Aya, and all will be done that might be done under the light. Together they walked toward the Blue Sisters. The Blue sought to right wrong, which was not always the same as seeking justice. Once their direction became clear, the sisters from the other Aya began making their courtesies to the Amyrlin and departing. What passed here now was for the Blue alone. Welcome home, sister. We have waited long for you. Welcome home, sister. We have waited long for you. The nervous Asadai were greeted by each of the new sisters with a kiss upon both cheeks. Now I charge you leave Sharif and Rafaela Sindal escort your charges, that the White Tower might see that a blue sister has come home. Custom is a precious thing and should not be out with her, to show the tower that a blue sister has come home. You will proceed to the quarters of the other Aya, glad in the light, and in your shell, of course, to show you need no protection beyond the light and the show of the Asadai. Oh, give over, Rafaela, they have come home. It is enough. The blue was the second smallest Aya after the white, but every blue sister's current interval was lining the main corridor to welcome home the blue sisters. Eldra Najaf. Anaya. Blue Aja. Brown Aja. Daloresin Damodrat. Let's head spider. Head it. Great overlooking Ter Angral. Lin Sharif. Oh, Trot. Rafaela Sindar. Red Aja. Shadow Spawn. Trollocs. Varin Matwin. Waves of the One Power. Yellow Aja.